Yo, what up? I'm Pastor Mattie Ice, and this is
Victoria, and we've gathered a lot of our friends from all over the world to help you prepare for a virtual missions trip.
House party! It's an app. Get on there and play some games with each other. Build that team.
Hey, what's up? If you are just joining us to this channel, make sure you make yourself at home by clicking that like button, commenting below what you are doing in your local area during this time to reach out, and click the subscribe button so you can know when more of our adventures are taking place. And what we did is we took 5 of our close friends from all over the world who have a combined 100 years of leading, hosting, and scheduling short-term mission trips, combined with what we do so that we could make this virtual trip a reality for you.
So how this video works is that each day will begin with a 5-second clip from one of our videos, and then the experts will go on to explain how to go on a virtual missions trip on that day.
How you prepare your backpack will dictate the success of your backpack adventure, whether it be plane, train, or automobile. There are 5 steps you need to remember. Sarah told me there was this huge crack in the middle of Suicide Cliff. I didn't believe her. Now you know how to turn your beach house into a beach home.
From Saipan, thank you for your love.
Kids, this is a waterproof Bible. Please don't try this at home. Matthew chapter 5. The Sermon on the Mount. Hey, we put together a 5 video playlist called Virtual Mission Trip that you can see the link below if you want to use our videos to share them with your group, whatever it may be, whether it's youth group, your sports team, your congregation, whoever you're going on your virtual mission trip with. Or maybe you want to make it a little bit more applicable to your setting, and if that's the case, listen to these experts and we'll see how you can make your virtual mission trip.
Hi, this is Jim Pratt, Mission 1 Coordinator for General Baptist International Ministries. On a normal year, I will help 25 to 35 teams complete mission trips both nationally and internationally. It takes the goers, those that have agreed to participate on the mission team. But it also takes the senders, those who are providing the finances for the goers to go. They're going to pray for the goers. If it's parents of teenagers, many times they're going to give permission for the goers to go. So the senders are critical. But the third group obviously is very critical, maybe the most critical. That's the receivers. The goers have to understand the needs of the receivers. And then they will go and meet the needs of the receivers.
That's the best part. On a virtual mission trip, your receivers can be anyone! So just find out who needs encouragement. Is it prisoners, a nursing home, hospitals, schools, you name it, they can be your receivers.
So do you want to add Peru or Nebraska to the list of places you've served? Well, do it. Day 1 preparation, your trip will only be as good as how much you're prepared.
Let's see what the expert has to say about this. How you prepare your backpack will dictate the success of your backpack adventure, whether it be plane, train, or automobile. There are 5 steps you need to remember.
Hey everyone, my name is Chad. I am a Jesus follower who has been on many missions, and as a Jesus follower, I realized that Jesus was the greatest team builder ever. He did it by having meals together. He walked with them and talked with them. 3 ways. First, instant message people through texting and talk with them. Second, Zoom. Have a Zoom meeting where you just get together and have some fun. And if you really want to have fun, number 3, house party. It's an app. Get on there and play some games with each other. Build that team.
Chatting, texting, using videos and messengers and all kinds of the other things that we have, even apps to watch things together. You know, these all continue to build community and respect and trust between people.
And during those times of shared experiences, that's when you, the team leader, or even someone on the team, can begin to implement Day 2, which is making sure that you are focused on culture and local adventure. Let's hear what the expert has to say on this. Sarah told me there was this huge crack in the middle of Suicide Cliff. I didn't believe her.
Hi, this is Joyce from the General Baptist Bible College in the Philippines. My team and I have been on several mission trips, whether here around the Philippines or internationally. But also here at the Jael Baptist Bible College, we have hosted a number of mission teams. We normally show them around GBBC, allow them to experience life here at GBBC, spend time with the students, and even allow them to stay on campus or sleep in the dormitories with the students. During their downtime, we also show them around Davao City so that they can also experience Filipino culture. You can also try our very famous fruit, that is durian, and also the very famous delicacy, which is balut. So virtually, since you're not able to come here, you can also check out Google and see what that fruit is and what balut is.
Google? YouTube? But you want something more. That's how you found this video. Well, with parent permission, of course, you can go to the local international market. Most sort of large cities have one. Buy durian or balut from there, and you can take it to the student or to your local congregant's house, and you can have a durian eating party.
But if you don't want to stink up the neighborhood, you can just learn about the culture and make it authentic by knowing who your receivers are. And here are some other ways that we can do that.
But seriously, you can also visit us on Facebook at the Jael Baptist Bible College and see videos and photos and get a feel and experience of what GBBC is. You can also pray for us.
Praying, Google, videos, international markets. Find your receivers and figure out how you can be applicable and learn the local culture. Or if you want to go the more convenient route, the GBBC Facebook link is in the description below.
This leads us to day 3, building team unity.
All right, check out what the expert has to say on this.
Now you know how to turn your beach house into a beach home.
Continuing to build team unity on the mission field is crucial to a successful trip. Allow yourself to become vulnerable with each other allows each of you to see each other's hearts. For years, we have considered short-term teams and teamwork as work trips. But when we put a different aspect and different spin on it, and we look at it as a retreat trip, it changes the entire atmosphere of the trip. Pauletta Yarbrough was the first team leader I knew that treated short-term mission trips in this manner. And her trips were some of the most productive work-wise and spiritually that I've ever seen. By emphasizing this view as of a retreat, it will cultivate team unity during the trip and build lifelong connections that continue after your mission trip has ended.
AJ would know all about having a lifelong best friend as a result of a mission trip. My first international mission trip was his first trip to Honduras back in 2010. We were already good friends and probably even best friends before that, but that 1 week in Honduras allowed us to grow even closer together while we were working and while we were having shared experiences in the evening together.
And we can still do that virtually. While we were on the other side of the world from each other, we played games like Uno and Monopoly and even karaoke with laggy internet. And it worked. We made it work and we had fun.
So, while you're doing your virtual mission trip, make sure you just make it fun. Be creative. All right, day 4. Let's hear what our next expert has to say.
From Saipan, thank you for your love.
Hey, just wanted to share a couple tips for things you can do to be effective when you're doing missions overseas. 1, ask questions. What do you need? And listen to the dream that they have. Come alongside them and see what you can do to help. Number 2, think about what resources you have that could come alongside that dream or that need and make that a connection. Serve in that way. And number 3, find a way to be present as a good friend. Maybe it's a kid, maybe it's an adult over coffee. Think about what you can do and be fully present.
Krista told us to drink coffee together. Well, how are you going to do that virtually? Well, you can buy the coffee from missionaries like AJ and Mission on the Move in Honduras, sell it to your local congregants at a marked up price as a fundraiser for AJ, or you can give the coffee away with a sticker on there that says, hey, we're going to have a coffee video session all together. And that way, you could be providing resources for 2 receivers at the same time. AJ in Honduras, who's selling you fair trade coffee, and your local receivers who are now drinking delicious Honduran coffee. You've been working as a teacher longer than we've been alive, and we want to celebrate that. From people all over the world.
From Honduras.
From Michigan.
From Illinois.
From Kentucky.
From the great state of Tennessee.
What's up, everyone? This is Evan and Joyce from the Philippines.
From Missouri.
From California.
From Indiana. The Philippines.
The post office. Of course, the post office. It's so easy to do things here.
Whenever you live on a tiny island, so many people know the importance of the post office.
You can send letters.
One thing that we don't really do a whole lot anymore is send letters to people, but it's so much fun and so easy. You can decorate it, make it look all fancy. You can buy a card, make a card, find a card in your drawer, whatever you want to do.
And stamps, so people can send letters.
Stamps are only 55 cents, or a book for $11. So write some letters, make some stuff, have some fun.
Or you can send boxes. Here's how you can send a box.
Hi, I'm Tammy Murphy. When sending off a box to a missionary, I like flat rate boxes. They're free. $20 to ship them off. Go to the store, you gather your stuff. 30 minutes to do that. $20 to $40. I like getting donations for the box, and that cuts your cost down a little bit. Then you come home, you use your label, you put everything that you got in the box on the label. Takes about 45 minutes. Then you go to the post office. That's about 15 to 20 minutes. Thank you.
No, thank you, Mom. For $40 to $60 in under an hour and a half, you put together some cinders, put together a box, and send it to receivers who often are these people right here. So we want to say thank you for your practical doing what you can to make a difference.
So you could spend an hour and a half watching a bad Netflix movie, or you could take some time and figure out what people need and what they want and what they're not able to get, and spend that hour and a half putting together a box for them that they're really going to appreciate.
A lot of your receivers might not be able to go out and shop for their own right now, so you could be that person for them. All right, it's time for day 5. Let's see what our expert has to say about that.
Kids, this is a waterproof Bible. Please don't try this at home. Matthew chapter 5. The Sermon on the Mount.
This is Jim Pratt, Mission 1 coordinator again. And the most important part of a mission trip is the participants' spiritual growth. As you participate in the mission trip, it's important that you humble yourself and you have that attitude of the servant. And then even as you come back from the trip, you embrace all that God has taught you through that trip. And you continually humble yourself and serve others. You love God, you love others. In reality, we should memorize Philippians chapter 2 when it says that our attitude should be the same as that of Christ Jesus, who humbled himself and became a servant, became obedient to death.
If you're using our virtual mission trip playlist, you can also see another playlist we have, which is Bible reading. I read entire books of the Bible in caves next to the ocean. Or you can use Jim's idea of memorizing Philippians 2, or use something that is applicable to your goers, your senders, and your receivers for that special spiritual refreshment.
So there you have it. That is our virtual missions trip. So to recap, day 1 was prepare day. Day 2, cultural and local adventure. Day 3, building team unity, fun and team unity. Day 4, helping in a practical way. And day 5, spiritual refreshment. So let us know in the comments what your ideas are and what you did. And you made it this far, so you must like hanging out with us. So be sure to subscribe to go on more adventures with us in the future.
And as always, I'm Pastor Mattie Ice. This is Victoria. Stay chill and float on.
Congratulations, she's an engaged woman. Yes, you have to have some stuff in the beginning so it makes things easier to edit.
Krista told us to drink coffee. You can buy coffee from missionaries. You can give the coffee away or sell it at a marked up price.
Mm-hmm.
There is no money.
That's it.
Gives me something to do on a COVID-19 day.